Hello, blinking tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1 Dawn of Souls Game Boy Advance Solo Challenge Edition. With our final in our installment of solo classes, we are on to the 6th and final solo class. So, without further ado, it shall be the White Mage, who is perhaps the most difficult of the 6. I don't know yet. There's plenty of jokes about the original NES and having an all-white mage single class party of 4, but doing it solo is even more fun. So that's what we're going to go with today. I don't really care too much about the white mage's names. Shirko sounds cool. This is fine. So let's go with this, and well, we'll see what happens, really. Yeah, there's not much else to say. If you're new to the series, if you started here, let's say, I guess I should put on a quick spiel at the beginning. Because this is the 6th solo character in the series, I've already done most of my introduction in the earlier ones that explain what I'm doing a little bit, maybe more thoroughly. The game speed is sped up to save a lot of time because of grinding, and especially on White Mage, I expect a fair bit of grinding. The music is played from a separate media player, and we'll just focus on, for now, Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6 soundtracks. The first 4 series had a lot of Final Fantasy 1 music, so it was time to switch it up a little bit for me. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. Also, I tend not to do a lot of in-game saves mid-dungeon if I can help it, just because I like to sort of ode to the original rather than take advantage of saving everywhere all the time the way the Game Boy, the Dawn of Souls remake allows you to. So, the first step for any solo run is to unequip all your party and save the game, and find out who will be our solo character. We're not allowed to get any experience until one is the survivor. So we'll see how the 4 white mages fare. Once 2 of these goblins go down, they'll have to run away. So we'll do that. So far, damage is kind of split up evenly. Another group of 4 goblins. Will we see our first death? So far, the white mages are stronger than the goblins. Just punching them away, 1 damage at a time. Luca and Ruby not looking so hot. Our first white mage is down. Luca is out. Unfortunately, we have to flee again. Alright. This next battle's the big one, guys. Who is the victorious white mage? It's looking like Shirko. Probably. Alright, Shirko, all you need to do is to escape to be the chosen one. You did not escape, therefore you are not the chosen one. Let's try this again. Sorry, Shirko fans. Oh, Ruby is not doing well on this fight. Oh man, Ruby and Sarah already down on fight number 1. Luca and Shirko, who is the survivor? It could be Luca. She escapes. She's the chosen one. Congratulations, Luca. You have graduated. You can now equip some clothes. I hope you enjoy your clothes. And you can head into town. Congratulations. You'll also be rewarded with some hammer, because white mages love hammers. It's great. It's way better than a staff. And they can't use any other equipment, so just sell all this other stuff. Be lugging their corpses around for a while. Out of the way, old lady. White magic. So, seeing as we've got a winner, someone can actually learn some magic. Now, the most important spell will be Blink, by no doubt. We will follow that up with Knowing Cure, and eventually we'll use... Protect? Yeah, we're just gonna go with Dia. I might switch Dia with Protect out later, once we get the 2nd tier of Dia at level 3 magic, but that'll take a while. Alright, the Spinach Rag for talking to the king. There's some story, there's a quest. You know, we're the Warriors of Light, the 4 crystals, yada yada yada, save the princess, whatever. You know, we'll do what we want to do. I suppose it's probably a good idea to heal up before we go out into the wastes. We could spend some money on potions, but the white mage uses potions a lot less frequently than the rest of the classes would have. If there was an item that restored MP, that would be pretty awesome, but there is not yet. So, White Mage, early grind. Let's see what happens. 4 goblins. I think we're gonna blink. They would probably kill us if we tried to fight normally. Now, 1 blink is not necessarily enough to get perfect evasion. I suppose this is as good a time as any to start talking about how Final Fantasy 1 works a little bit. Now, I'm not an expert on the Dawn of Souls remake exactly, but, oh, really good level up. Oh, perfect. We got intelligence and a lot of HP and MP. Very nice. Blink is 3. Okay, we'll do a cure. Look at this. So much stronger than early game Black Mage. Or Red Mage, even, technically. We can blink, survive an encounter, heal ourselves up, and fight again. Right, so blink. It's plus 40% evasion? Maybe not percent, just plus 40 to your stat. Not a great level up for level 3. I think it's plus 40? I don't remember exactly. Anyway, it's an evasion buff. It's pretty huge. Once you've cast it, usually about 2 times, you're basically impossible to hit. No, I wouldn't say completely impossible, but, you know, arguably, I think you can only be hit by crits from most enemies. Some enemies will have high enough accuracy that they can overcome it, but most of the time, 2 blinks will put your character in kind of a super dodge state, where you'll see a lot of misses, basically. And that's really the key to the White Mage's power. We're going to get 1 more level up, and then we're going to go kill Garland. Honestly, we could probably have killed Garland at level 3, because he's no more immune to the blink strats than the goblins are. So there you go. HP, MP, a little bit of strength. Yeah, it's fine. When I played the NES White Mage run, solo run, I did spend some time doing some level or stat maximizing. Buy 2 antidotes, another potion. Okay. We're obviously not gonna do that for the Dawn of Souls version because it's pretty easy in comparison overall. You level up so much faster. But you know, it's definitely not a bad idea if you're playing the NES to make sure every level up you get some strength and some agility. It'll make the late game a bit easier. It's not a requirement or anything, don't get me wrong, but little tricks like that, if you really want to reset the game until you get good stats, are a thing. If you're really interested, watch my my solo series on it, my solo White Mage or solo Thief. We talk about it a lot more in depth. Anyway, that's not necessary for a Dawn of Souls version, in my opinion. So we'll just blast through some random enemies here. You could probably get away with evading and taking a little bit less damage. But I wouldn't mind another level up anyway. We're basically there. We're going to use one of those potions just so I don't run out of MP. Ooh, this could be tough. These guys hit pretty hard if we don't get our blink up quick enough. And we're definitely going to want double blink against these guys. This is a really tough fight for the starting area. So if you're finding this encounter, you're pretty unlucky. So let's see if we can kill them. They've got like 50 or so HP. They're way more powerful than an imp. Not even close. But thanks to the blink strats, they can't really hit us. And essentially, we'll kill them eventually. Now, if they get a 1% chance to critical or something, you know, once in a while they'll hit us. Oh, I got to level up there really quickly. I didn't see the stats. If you're curious, you can look them up. Okay. I'm pretty confident at level 5. Hey, Garland, how's it going? The only way he could kill us is if he does a whole bunch of damage on the first 2 turns. Because once we're double blinked, I don't think he can do anything. And I'll tell you what, I'll triple blink just to be super safe. Alright, Garland, it's time to get bonked. Hammer versus Knight. Little did the Black Knight know that the super speedy, invisible White Mage with a hammer was going to take him down. He's always, I'll strike you down himself. Or knock you down, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, our solo White Mage has successfully rescued the princess. What's her name anyway? I totally forgot what our own name is. I should pay more attention, right? Anyway, Princess Sarah will give us some lovely loot. it's not that good. But, oh yeah, right, the bridge. We always got to watch the bridge get built. Best part of the remake. Spending time watching some guys build a bridge. Luca, right, Luca. So we're playing as, the dwarf from Final Fantasy IV, the dwarf daughter girl with the dolls, right? That's where Luca came from, I think. Yeah, because she was in the after years as an actual playable character. I remember that. She wanted to be like Sid. Can't blame her, Sid was pretty awesome. And so, her quest began. The one white mage who would rule them all. Final Fantasy 1. It's Final Fantasy 1 for one character allowed only. Alright, so, let's do the run to Provoka. It's, again, dangerous if you fight these guys. Double blink before we took too much damage, and we super speed to victory. We'll win one day. The good news is, one of the big changes, of course, between the NES and the Game Boy Advance, or specifically the Game Boy Advance. I think the PSP also has a version that does this as well. But that MP statistic, because normally if you're playing as a white mage, early on you can only cast Blink a few times, 3, 4, 5 times earlier levels. And that kind of puts a limit on how many fights you can survive before you have to go back to town. We're gonna die. We're dead. Okay, so that's a bad ambush for sure. But yeah, because of the MP switch, we can survive in the field a lot longer. And we can use Blink, we can use Cure. I think we're gonna triple Blink just in case. These lizards are pretty tough. So let's see how we do. Also, they've got more defense. So we're doing like 2 damage, 3 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage. I got another level up. Sorry, we're going so fast. You're just gonna have to get used to that a little bit. Because we're playing white mage and battles take for friggin' ever, a lot of times I'm just gonna be holding down super speed while we hit them with hammers. Which might make it a little bit harder to follow. But just, you know, you can see the damage number. You know we're gonna win eventually. We'll get a little bit of experience, a little bit of gold. And, I don't know. Anyway, this is clearly a stronger start than we had access to as, well, pretty much every character that wasn't a fighter or a red mage. The white mage, although the fights take forever, is actually very strong in terms of survivability compared to Thief, Black Mage, Black Belt, probably at this point in the game as well. So it's kind of nice to just blast through these fights so easily. We've got 460 gold. We are going to go look at some white magic at level 2. So invisibility is only half as effective as Blink. The benefit is you can target other characters, which is not a benefit when you only have one character. Curing darkness doesn't matter. Silence will be used, but not soon. And then Null Shock, we'll probably put it up against the Lich at least. But I don't need either of those spells right now, so we'll just leave them for the moment. We can't buy any better weapons, because the hammer's as good as we get for a while. There is armor that's, strictly speaking, an upgrade. I guess if I'd explored the Chaos Shrine, I could have also picked up a cap for her, but that doesn't really make much difference. That +1, +2 defense, honestly, it's dwarfed by the power of Blink, so... We can buy ethers. They're pretty expensive for this point in the game. Just keep that in mind, that we can come back here and buy ethers later on. Very good for, say, the Marsh Cave. Alright, let's save it up. I have a pretty good feeling about this. The white mage can definitely win this fight at a lower level than a lot of characters. Now, she needs a bit of luck, because we need to get Blink up before she takes too many hits. So double Blink should be enough. Pirates don't have particularly good accuracy, but we're going to go triple Blink just to be sure. And because there's so many of them doing so many attacks, I'm going to heal up a little bit extra, because if they hit me with a crit, I don't want to take a big 20-30 damage crit and just die. Or 2 of them, because they get so many attacks. So anyway, now we just start chipping them down. They actually get a fair bit more HP, as pretty much all bosses do in Dawn of Souls, than their original. I believe pirates had like 8 or 9 HP each in the original game, I think? Maybe 10. It was not very much, though, anyway. And the fact that these guys have like 25 or so, is kind of, well, it's not a big deal, but it's kind of interesting, I suppose. Anyway, we took out the pirates first try with our level 8 white mage. Kind of hilarious that it was easier with the white mage than it was for the black or the thief, or even the black belt, technically. All of them had to grind to survive that fight. White mage, she don't care. Okay, so we're making progress almost as fast as we did when we were playing as the fighter solo. This fight is definitely worth taking. This is a lot of money if I can live. Alright, so these guys are way tougher than the pirates, although they are kind of upgraded pirates. But I'm going to follow the same strategy, and if we win, we will win 600 gold. So just hold on to your horses as we super speed our way to victory slowly. Now, eventually, she'll be able to do 2 attacks per round. But that's going to take a pretty long time. It's a pretty good break point if you need to kill a boss with your hammer. You need 32 accuracy though, and I think she gets generally 2 accuracy per level up. So that's going to be a little while off. How's my MP? I got lots of MP. We can go to the dwarf cave right now. Okay, this music's taking too long. It's boring. I'd rather listen to some. No, I want something peaceful. Here you go. What's going on? We're back in Final Fantasy V for a second. Oh, we'll fight some snakes. Why not? I need the experience, and I need the money. Double blink always works, right? Never fails. And I got a level up out of it. Hooray, we're level 10. I suppose this is why I bought those potions, basically. Alright, Mount Duergar, or I just call it the Dwarf Cave, because they're dwarves, and they're in a cave, and they're digging a tunnel. Alright, we got our money, 3,000 gold, and because we got that lucky 5 Buccaneer battle, this is a good battle too if we can survive. Now, double ogres in the NES version did have a high enough critical rate that it was definitely not guaranteed that you could win at a low-level white mage. You had a good chance, but even with double blink, they have a reasonably good critical chance, and I remember dying to these guys quite often, even with double blink. It doesn't look like Dawn of Souls that's going to happen as often, perhaps. So, I like that. The critical avoiding blink thing was kind of annoying, especially in the early game. Alright, let's kill a shark really slowly. At least we're doing a little bit more damage. As we get level ups and our strength goes up a little bit, you know, we hit a little bit harder for every hit, and we're only 10 accuracy away from getting that extra attack. So, you know, that's something. Oh, this is another annoying fight. Pretty hard to run from this one. The Sahagins are quick, they deal a lot of damage. Let's heal up a little bit here. And we gotta kill their boss, the Sahagin chief. Smack him down, white mage. Knock him down. Eventually we'll win. Yeah, I remember the Sahagin being very evasive in the NES version as well. So if you only get one attack, you actually miss pretty regularly against them. It's not the most fun. And yeah, I'm saving a lot, specifically with the white mage, because combat takes so friggin' long. I really don't like having to repeat battles if I can help it. Ooh. Almost got us before we could get blinked up. So I suppose the question is, will the white mage be the first run to never have a death? I doubt it. But theoretically, it's a lot easier to stay alive as a white mage that's got blink, she's got cure magic. She doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, but it's really hard to kill her. Especially when you get good HP growth. We've got more HP as a solo white mage at this point than we did as a solo red mage. In fact, maybe even more than the thief, actually. The thief often gets pretty bad HP growth early on, so... That's why I always make fun of the thief on the NES solo runs. He's worse than a white mage at everything. It's terrible. You think we're winning this fight slowly with a white mage? The thief couldn't even win that fight. I'll use the rest of my potions here. We should be fine. We got lots of money. This has been a very profitable sea adventure. This should be the last fight, so we'll blink up again. And hopefully win against these two enemies. It's looking pretty solid. And we got another level up. Sweet. I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. This might be the richest I've ever been on our first trip to Elfland. Almost 4,000 gold, which would have been enough for a silver sword even, technically. Now, I don't remember... No, there's nothing that the White Mage can equip here. Although you'd think they could use a staff. They can't. So no weapon upgrades. We're just going to have to hammer it out even longer. Alright, so Cure is pretty helpful. And so is Diera against some of the groups we're going to run into. So picking up Dia was sort of pointless because we're going to switch out to using this as offensive magic anyway. It costs more MP, but that's rarely the bottleneck. And the basic Dia spell doesn't necessarily do enough damage to guaranteed kill the undead groups that I want to be killing. The big upgrade, though, is the copper armlet. Oh, and I suppose I should buy that hat. I could get it for free, but I'm lazy. So there we go. We finally get to our 6 points of defense, which is as good as the mages can do at this point in the game. There is also level 4 magic, which we can't cast yet anyway. We do get access to tents, which are probably my cheapest MP recovery in the fields. Although, for the most part, we'll just go back to town. Yeah, we'll probably just go back to town to heal for now. We're going to want to do a little bit of grinding, probably, before we go to the next dungeon and boss. Unfortunately, the level 4 magic is basically garbage. I don't think there's anything here that would really help us for... Well, this will help us eventually, but at the moment, none of that really does anything. Level 4 white magic is a waste. Alright, so how much do I want before I actually head down to get my crown? Well, I wonder if we do enough damage to win this fight without having to blink up. That's gonna cost me an antidote. Bad deal. These are annoying. I hate these friggin' wolves. This is gonna take forever to win. We probably should just run away, but... I mean, I'm playing super speed. I might as well get the money out of it, the experience. I think if I just go back to Provoka, pick up the silent spell, we're actually maybe a couple ethers, and we could just go do the Marsh Cave right now without really grinding. And grinding is really annoying, and I have a really good grinding spot as soon as we get the Mystic Key that I think we could rush to pretty easily. And I'd much rather grind there, because it's so much faster than this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get a little bit more money. I need 250 for the spell that I'm going to want, and I'm going to need maybe 450 for 3 ethers. Alright, tarantulas have a lot of defense for some reason, so you can only do like a couple damage per hit. I should probably just run from them. I got to level up though, so that's something. Alright, I need more money. I want to have... How much do I want? 250 plus 450 is 700. Plus an in rest would be like 50 more. So we want about 750, and then I will leave here. So good, a couple ogre fights is basically all I need. Just gotta be a little bit smart about healing. The good news is now we've got a much bigger heal in combat. Cura will heal about 100 MP at our current intelligence. And that's pretty handy for difficult bosses. Alright, so let me think here. We got enough. Sorry, just taking a drink. Gotta take a drink to preserve your voice a little bit. Alright, let's go pick this up. Zoom! Super speed! Super speed ankylos. Not a single encounter. Thanks, game. Alright, so I want to pick up... This won't really help with the Marsh Cave, but it will help directly after the Marsh Cave. And also, I would like to pick up some ethers, because they do sell them here, and they're pretty sweet. I used to think you have to go to Crescent Lake to get those, because I always forgot that Provoka even had anything useful to sell in the item shop. Alright, let's see if we can get back. No, no luck. Well, I'll still take the fight, because, honestly, I don't need the XP. You know, I changed my mind. Forget it. I'm out of here. White Mage, out. Alright, super speed. Zoom. I'll fight the snakes, why not? You always gotta... You gotta chase the snakes away, or they're gonna take over your territory. You don't want these things spreading around your town, probably. I suppose I could buy some potions if I had some spare money. The ethers are actually more efficient for healing. 150 MP, sorry, 150 gold for 50 MP would translate into a lot more cure spells and would heal a lot more HP than buying potions. So actually, you should probably just save your money if you're playing as a white mage. Save your money for antidotes for now and ethers, actually. Don't worry about potions too much. I thought I had a little bit more money than that. It's fine. Honestly, 3 should be enough. If I was smart, I would have bought a tent as well. Okay, I'm going to take a couple fights. 25 minutes in. If I stop taking all the fights, we could probably get through the Marsh Cave and Astos on episode 1. Just to demonstrate how cool the White Mage is. Get as far as the warrior got on the first episode? Ooh, that'd be nice. Kefka, White Mage, the secret Kefka. Plotting to overthrow the world. Why would you overthrow the world? I don't know, you're a freaking insane clown. That's the kind of thing they do. Wolves. My old nemesis from the Thief and Black Mage day. Oops, that was not the spell I was looking for. Well, we're gonna take some damage here. I always have a hard time running from a nice clean ogre battle. For one, it's an awesome game and an awesome soundtrack, or album, I guess is the word. And for two, they're so good for experience. You get like almost 400 experience out of that, and 400 GPs. I'm gonna use those potions up. I think they were a waste of money, now that I've kind of done the math. Should have just gone into here with, like 10 ethers. It would have been way safer. Also, not fighting everything you run into, but... I figure once you've started the battle, you're already investing 6 MP into your blinks. You probably won't take any more damage after that, or not much. So, it's almost more efficient to just double blink than to run away, risk taking more damage and having to cure it. 25 damage is 1 cure spell approximately, so... Got another level up, and you get the advantage of money and experience. Alright. Marsh Cave. Hi, Marsha. So, I think we'll be able to do this. I would be happier if I had more ethers and more MB, but... We're also going to be running from most things. Like these guys. Waste of my time. Now the good news is we have the Diera spell. So if we find the stun-locking zombie jerks, we do have a good way to kill them. Of course, if they don't want to show up, I mean, I would have been fine with that too. Now the Dia spell might be strong enough, but I wouldn't risk it. Stun lock is instant death, and that didn't even do that much damage, so... I would stand by using Diera over Dia on those guys. Honestly, this has been a very, very low encounter rate. We had 1 encounter all the way down here. So, is level 15 White Mage enough? Find out right now. Not next episode. Oh, this is bad luck. We're probably dead. Yeah, we cast it fairly quick, but we're not dodging. I need to cast this right now. Nope. That's fine. So we died as a White Mage. That's part of the plan. I mean, you're playing a solo challenge. Double blink, we did not get it off in time. They're just being jerks. This is the one. Double Pisco. Holy smokes. Stop doing so much damage, guys. You gotta let me get 2 turns in and then we're fine. This is the one. This time they did 91 damage per hit. Poor White Mage. Give her a break, guys. You're not supposed to deal that much damage. Oh, well, it's not like you can get anything stronger by getting level ups. You're always going to take that damage. Alright, we've got 2 blinks in. We're probably fine. Let's heal up a bit. Let's blink again, just because, like, these guys are friggin' monsters. Let's cure up to max, and let's start smacking them. It's going to take a lot of smacks. This is a pretty bad fight for most characters that aren't knights or red mages. I guess black mages are okay. Fighters, black mage, red mage. They're okay with this fight. Thieves, really bad. Monks, not the worst, but tough. And white mages, well, it's a bit of setup, but once you got the setup, you're good. And we win! You got the crown, yo! So that wasn't too bad. I think we got a little bit unlucky the first few attempts where they just laid into us real bad. Oh, I don't want to fight those things. They're the worst. Alright, well, we got stun locked. It's only fair. It's a solo challenge. Let's see if eventually our white mage can earn the reputation for avoiding stun lock the way the black and red were able to. Like that. We got hit by the crawler and didn't get stunned. Once. So our bad luck is finally catching up. We used all our luck getting to the crown chest the first time. And then on the escape they decided, you know what? You've had enough fun. We're going to make you pay. Alright. Thank you, kids, for running through the city. You're giving me that spiritual calm that I needed to survive being ambushed. Aww. Ambush stun lock. There's no defense. Alright. As long as we get a turn, we'll be fine. Preemptive strike means we're alive. Otherwise, that was a death sentence. So, thank you, RN Jesus. Please continue to bless us on our trip through solo mode. We managed to not get stun locked, so you know, the mage's resistance to stun continues to be a thing. And free. The bat didn't kill us. All right. So, Marsh cave down. I know we're a little bit over time, but just so that this lines up with the fighter's solo run, let's see if we can deal with Astos today as well. Just because I think that'd be kind of funny. Only fighter and white mage are strong enough to blast through the early game this quick. And then next episode, I'll be able to show you my secret white mage leveling area, which will be fun. Hope you guys are excited to learn about that. But yeah, if we manage to avoid all that boring hammer grinding, there might be a way to get some quick level ups without needing to do that. Let's just burn through our ethers here. I seem to have purchased just enough. Pretty lucky, hey? Alright, so Astos, how you doing, friend? You want to fight? Do we have any boss music on the... Well, no. No, I don't want to get married. Sure, whatever. Well, it's fine. I'm not going to... We're already over time. Just go, Blue. Just go. Okay, so if you've never seen this before, the trick to Astos is to silence him. If you can't silence him, he'll probably kill you with death. Or Blizzara and all that. Joke's on you, Slora won't do anything, because we only do one attack anyway. So he's not like weak to silence, he's just not immune, and his magic resistance isn't so high that it's impossible. Oops, wrong spell. I mean, not a bad idea to get cured anyway, or blinked up anyway. Now that he's hasted, that's probably even better, but really what I want to stop is all those fire 2s and death spells. We're not getting any luck here. We're probably gonna die. I need that silence to hit, and we're not getting it to hit. Dang, bad luck on the silence. Well, that's fine. 1 death. Alright, round 2, go. Still, we've got a better chance of beating him than the thief or the fighter did. Yeah, well, you know. Hopefully that reinforces why we need silence to work. Please work. It's really not... I feel like... I wonder if it was more likely to hit in the NES version than the remake, because they realized this was a cheap strat to kill him. But it's also basically the only way that the White Mage can kill him, because it takes so many turns to actually finish him off with your hammer. There's no real way to heal through all the attacks he'll be making. We also managed to silence him before he hasted himself, which is also quite fortunate. So yeah, that's good. He'll probably get the occasional crit in, but it's time for bonk mode. So sit back, take a drink, have a bite of pizza, nachos for 1 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage. He'll die, but it's gonna take a while. Remember, he got buffed HP in the Dawn of Souls remake, so usually in the NES version he'd go down a little quicker, but this is why we silence and blink. Basically nerf him to the point he can't do anything and just bonk him with that hammer. Just bonk him with that hammer. Ooh, 20 damage. We got a crit. Keep bonking him. Anytime now. He's almost dead. Keep bonking. He hasn't even hit us. We're doing real good. Just keep bonking. Bonk, bonk. I like to see those ones. I love those ones. Bringing those ones home to mama. It's fine. I saw 14. 14s are good. So, how you guys doing? Did you have a good dinner? Did you phone your mom? What else? You should probably, like, water your plants. Don't forget to water your plants. Maybe feed the dog. Probably go for a walk. Probably some vacuuming you should do. You're just sitting around. You could... Oh, wait, he's dead. Holy smokes. Everyone sit down. Back in your seats. We are victorious. Level 17, White Mage, taking out the Astos. He's got nothing. He's dead. We are alive. White Mage is victorious. No real threats other than, of course, being killed before you silence him. But after that, A-okay. Alright, folks. First episode complete. All the way through the intro to the Astos fight. Next episode, we'll deal with the fetch quest. And we'll do a little bit of fancy-dancy White Mage only level grinding. Only the White Mages are allowed to know this secret. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, and I'll tell you the secret.